Today we're taking you inside an abandoned French mansion that truly touched us. A place where time has stood still for over a decade. But more than the house is the story behind it that stayed with us. We spent an entire day digging through archives, old letters, and forgotten records to uncover the truth. It was one of those days where everything just came together, and the pieces of Jacqueline's life began to fall into place. A woman who should have never been forgotten, and yet somehow everyone did. She wasn't just anyone. Jacqueline was a force, a celebrated journalist, a talented translator, and a respected horticulturist. But perhaps the most remarkable thing she ever achieved was having a rose named after her. But when we stepped into her crumbling mansion, it was clear she died alone. There was no husband, no children. No one came to claim the place. No one came to say goodbye. Still, calling her lonely wouldn't be fair, because this house is full of warmth, full of letters, full of memories. It's like she never really left. Every room carries pieces of her life, her taste, her story. There are still many unanswered questions, but one thing is certain. Jacqueline's story deserves to be told, and today we're finally telling it.
Find ourselves in the middle of a forest in France, and we are on our way to an abandoned manor, it looks like. I've seen a little bit from the inside, but it's extremely difficult to get there. We have to make our way somehow through this forest towards this place. Are you ready for an adventure, Luke?
I am ready.
Let's go. Do you see this sort of walking path here?
Yeah.
This is what we call, in terminology, an urbex highway. But it doesn't mean that a lot of people have been here, but definitely some people have been through this to this mansion, and I got it from a friend of mine, so he definitely has been here, but he wouldn't tell me how to get in, so we had to figure it out ourselves. Okay, let's see if we can find a way. This seems to be the way. Let's see. Look.
Yes, thanks.
I don't see the mansion yet, but it should be somewhere there. We are pretty high up, I think.
Yeah, it was quite a walk uphill.
These are though one of my favorite explorations, going all the way through the forest to reach a mansion, because that feels like a true adventure. Yeah, we are getting closer to the place, but it's still a long way down. I think I see it somewhere there in the distance. Yeah, just a little bit more down. Quite a charming little home. It looked like way bigger from the street, but I think it's 2 levels.
Oh,
This is just the upper level. Oh, it's wide open. Okay. Oh, this one seems to be.
okay.
No, it's no problem. We can just go inside. Me and Luke, I think, since you saw our last clip, have done about 3 hours of research in this abandoned place. And the story that we found literally blows my mind. I call her, how do we call her, Luke? The Rose Lady, right?
The Lady of Roses.
The Lady of Roses. I love that. And it truly, truly depicts this house that we're standing in front of. Look at this beauty here in the countryside of France. When I first came here, I didn't thought it was this impressive, but you're gonna see in this video that we are not exaggerating. I think this is the house where we literally found the most pictures ever of somebody who passed away. There was a single person residence. This was the house of Jacqueline. I'm gonna tell you everything about her life throughout the video, but first I wanna show you her little patio, her serre, how you would call it in French, and the place where she most likely yeah, relaxed in her garden, read a book, maybe wrote for her journals that she written throughout her life. Welcome inside the serre of Mrs. Jacqueline. I truly adore this. This is such a cozy place, a cozy attachment to the house. There's unfortunately not much in here. Everything that we found is inside the house, but you can get a depiction of what kind of woman this used to be. There's one thing in this room that blows my mind, and that's this chair here in this corner. I've been looking at it for a long time. I scanned it a couple of times. Nothing really comes up. I don't know if this is an authentic piece or if it's just a replication of something that she saw somewhere, but it is fascinating. To me, it does look like a piece that she probably made herself. I would call it the intimate chair.
It is very intimate. It does look like you're forced to do something social while you're sitting here with someone.
You're perfectly oriented to the other person while sitting here. So maybe it's just, yeah, talking, socializing, reading a book, whatever.
Drinking
but,
a tea.
That's definitely the most interesting thing of this room by far. And maybe she spent some time with a lover there. This is also a chair where she probably read some books, wrote some stories, whatever she would do here. This cabinet, magazines, oh, look, of course, magazines about gardening.
That's where the story starts.
Yeah, horticulture. This woman was known for everything surrounding roses. As you can see here, everything in this house relates to gardening, roses. She had a beautiful 1,600 square meter garden around here that she perfectly cultivated, and she was actually world famous for cultivating roses, which I'm going to tell you more about in a moment. Another lovely place for her to sit with.
Yeah, I love this set. Looks very cozy.
Yeah, I think it's also extremely comfortable. Have to try it out. Oh, look,
Like
continue filming.
like a cloud.
Yes, it truly is. Damn, that's a chair. Oh, l'Art des Jardins. No way. What's lying here on the table is literally one of the magazines that she written when she was 35 years old.
Really?
She worked for this magazine.
Oh, she was writer and editor, right?
Yeah, this is the early part of her life. So around the 1960s, after finishing her school in Caen, she started working for l'Art des Jardins and another magazine, I believe it's Le Maison, but I'm not entirely sure. But this is probably one of her works. Wow, gardens, castle gardens. Oh my God, look, that's incredible. This shows literally what Jacqueline did in her life. Le Jardin Islamique, Islamic gardens, all types of
this painting she has in her room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
I'll point it out later.
Oh, wow. All types of gardens, architectural styles of gardens was written down here in this magazine. This is one of the most famous magazines of France, talking about gardens. And of course, France is one of the most famous countries in the world when it comes to gardens. Talking about gardens, let's go to her garden. Follow me, I'll close her lovely serre up and then we will go further. Squeaking door. Also love the ivy covering the side here, climbing up the building. That's so, so pretty. Yes. Let's walk through the garden of Jacqueline. Oh, this we would call a typical manor when it comes to French buildings. Luc already asked me this question, but what's a manor actually? And it's actually just another French word to say like a villa or a mansion. But it has a typical French style, and that's why you would call it a manor, with those shutters, two-story building in most cases with an attic. And that's a really big distinction of a French manor. I love the front as well. How you have the plaster work on the upper side and the exposed stone on the lower part of the building. Truly, truly beautiful and unique piece of architecture. This was not her only home. Jacqueline had multiple homes around France, but around 1990 she did get into some financial troubles and sold the other homes. She was also trying to sell this one, but that never succeeded. So until her death, she owned this building. I think we should go a little bit over here. Okay. We can literally walk around for a long time in these gardens, but we're gonna start with this part here. Some of the gardens are not accessible anymore because they are completely overgrown since she passed away. But one thing that I saw in this garden and that truly fascinated us was these bushes here. You might think, oh, those are some dead bushes, but this is actually the remnants of rose plants. This is how they die, this is how they look like when they are dead. Yeah. Lovely. Oh, the sun in my face. It's been winter for so long and that's so nice.
Yeah, it's been so cold on our trip.
The whole trip it was minus degrees. It was freezing all the time.
Wet all the time.
I think there's also a little patio where she would sit in the evening. Lovely little place in our garden. Wow. Beautiful. We wanted to go to that part of the garden as well, but as I said before, it's completely inaccessible, so I'll show you some amazing drone footage of it right now. Let me now take you into her house and let me show you the mind-boggling place where Mrs. Jacqueline used to live. Okay.
Oh,
Watch out, look, because
yeah, lots of thorns well, obviously, because
a cameraman always deserves the props because they have to go through everything the explorer does, plus carry the camera. Imagine her garden back in the time when it was still in all bloom. We have seen the pictures and we're going to show you the pictures, but it must have been incredible. Incredible. Oh, ow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, thorns everywhere.
Yeah, well, that comes with roses, of course.
Look at the front entrance of the house. Isn't that incredible? I want to show you one thing before you come in. One second. Hello.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's like a true medieval tavern where you come and they ask you what your business is before you go inside. Welcome into the house. And this truly feels like a medieval dungeon that we're entering into. With the arch-style ceiling, the staircase, the stone staircase in the back, and some sort of a sitting area here in the basement. It doesn't even feel like a basement to me. Even this furniture has this medieval vibe, medieval style. It looks a little bit Portuguese to me. Wow. Have you ever seen furniture like this before, Luc?
No, but, well, I am with you that it looks kind of medieval.
Yeah. And then this big fauteuil over here in the corner, big armchair, wonderful upholstery, with a nice suitcase next to it. We haven't even looked in this one. Of course, it's also filled with documents.
More documentation.
Yeah. But we already know everything about this woman, so let's not go through that anymore.
No, she was a big fan of documenting everything and keeping everything around.
Okay. Into the basement?
Yes.
Ooh. Here it really feels like a basement. This is a true dungeon. I'm wondering how old this house is. It feels like it's maybe from the 1800s or probably even earlier. Oh. All that stonework, that archwork. It's amazing. What are we seeing here? Oh, a cabinet filled with plates. Wow. There's some more random things. A bread toaster I'm seeing. Yeah. Not that interesting, but
No.
have a look down here. This woman was a woman of luxury, of everything refined, and of course, what includes with that? A wine cellar. What's a house without a wine cellar?
Course.
And she has the best French wine cellar with the divided arch style, compartments, as you can see lots of times in castles, but she had it in her own house. And very, very interesting and surprisingly is that I found a document that was actually not so long before she passed away. And that states that she bought 116 bottles of wine for the price of 2,500 euros. I think she drank all of them. They're literally not here anymore. Oh, there's still some wine in this one, like, yeah.
Well, yeah, let's not try that.
No, I did that once before in a place, but I'm not gonna do that anymore. I think I might die if I keep doing that.
Oh, an old wine barrel.
Yeah. This is to put empty bottles upside down. This is even to cork wine with. Look at that. Oh, a very old machine. Whoa. Oh, that's very rusty. A wine press standing here in the corner. So that the barrel is missing, but the vise up top is still there. Such interesting things left in here. I adore this basement. Man, if you give me this house, I would cherish it for the rest of my life. She had a lot of umbrellas as well. Lots of umbrellas. Of course, this part of France, it rains a lot.
We have noticed.
We have indeed noticed that. Yeah, beautiful artworks everywhere throughout this house. What are you seeing?
What is this?
Oh, Rose Association. The World Federation of Rose Societies.
That's amazing.
Oh, wow. We keep finding clues about this woman throughout this house. Pieces of artwork everywhere, as you can see. Lovely boats and everything. Piece of furniture. But there's way more interesting things in this house than what we're seeing here. So let's look on the other side of the basement, and then we will start telling you her true story. I don't know. Is this a place maybe where she could cultivate her flowers or something?
Oh yeah, this looks like a working space. Could be.
Working space, and she has a door to go out to the garden here. That doesn't seem to open anymore. Very, very old, very long.
I don't see any tools though, but
No.
yeah, to have a sink there.
Okay, maybe we should look in this room as well. Yeah. Nothing too interesting, I think. A door standing here in the middle.
Yeah.
Weird. Very weird. Oh, what is this, the last room here? The basement? Yeah, it's just a storage room. It's a random storage room, pots and pans and everything. Okay, no. Time for the house, time for the house. You wanna follow me into the house?
Yes, let's go.
Let's go inside and let me show you the life of Jacqueline. It's gonna be an interesting one, trust me. I think we can start over here and we can really start to see what kind of a woman she was. She has so many books and literature throughout this place, but also beautiful antiques that shows you that this woman was a woman of style. And she started studying at a very young age, but studied until the age of 35 and became fluent in French, German, and English. Of course, being French, but learning German and English is absolutely incredible. And she also did a study in contemporary history at the University of Caen, which brought her into high society circles, which developed her career on to the later years when she started to become a gardener and a publisher for multiple different magazines like we saw outside.
And journalist.
And journalist, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. We come here into a wonderful, wonderful entrance hall. Can we even call this an entrance hall?
Downstairs more felt like an entrance hall with the stools.
This is more like a leeway through into the house of some sorts. Wonderful cabinet here. Let's see what we have inside of it. Oh, of course, magazines, books, music. Oh, first time.
Duke Ellington, that's really good.
Yeah.
Duke Ellington and Count Basie is really good. Like, I've noticed that she had like a very varied taste in music, varying from jazz to Gregorian chant to like classical music. It's really cool to see.
Also, the imagination of it playing in this house would have been wonderful.
Yeah.
That would have been such a lovely time being with this woman in this place. Hey, I think we have the first picture of her here. A very extravagant picture as well. Look at that one. Her standing there. This is in her younger years. She lived until 86 years old. And this is, looks like 40 years old roughly.
She was born in 1925. 25, right.
1925, yeah. And this is most likely the hat that she was always wearing when she did gardening in her garden.
Cutting the roses with that hat.
Of course, gardening and horticulture books everywhere throughout the house. This is unfortunately not one she written herself. And lovely paintings and depictions everywhere in this place. Oh, I love this grandfather's clock. It's standing here. Oh, watch out. Look at that one.
Oh my God. Okay, the top is just
It's falling over. Wow. Have to carefully close that again. That's how decayed this place is. But it's also very interesting because from the 2000s onwards, actually she tried to sell this house in 1997, which didn't work out because the structural plan concluded that the house was not safe anymore. I've looked at this house and I think it's pretty safe, but they said it was not. And that's actually one of the reasons why she could not sell this property. But she had already a lot of debts and she was in some financial issues. Why? I could not figure out. Another lovely book lying here on the table. What's this?
That's part of a camera, very
An
old camera, I think.
One with those flashes, right?
I think so, or this is part of it.
That's the back side of it.
And then this part?
Oh yeah. That's all part of a camera.
Is it a camera?
Or is it a harmonica? It's an harmonica.
Oh, it's a harmonica.
Harmonica.
Oh.
Of course it's an harmonica, but it's completely broken.
Right. Well, we did visit another house which had a thing like this, and that was from a camera.
Yes. I mean, you cannot blame us for that.
No.
It looked a lot like it. Another beautiful depiction of plants and roses left here on the wall. I absolutely love it. Okay. On to her living room. Look, I have to show it. Jacqueline, in her older years, holding a bouquet of roses.
So pretty.
She was such a lovely, pretty, intelligent and beautiful lady. Wow. She was a lady that completely focused herself on her career, on advancing in her career, and also on cultivating roses and bringing that society up. But she never actually had a husband. Oh no, I'm wrong on that. She divorced her husband, but she never had children. That's the case. So probably very early on she divorced her husband, focused on her work, and that was basically her entire life. Her life was roses. Her life was gardening. I love that. It's a bit sad in one way, but beautiful in the other. She looks so pretty.
Yeah. I don't think it's sad. She looks very fulfilled.
Very happy.
Yeah.
She looks like a fulfilled woman. Yeah.
Right where she's supposed to be.
Yeah. Love this painting above here as well. There's an enormous tree in the field. And right on this side, you have another little cabinet with some saucepans on top of it. Very lovely. I love the decoration and the furnishings throughout her house as well. And I'm so surprised that this place, after her death, is left open like this for basically 14 years right now. lovely sofa over here. We also concluded from the things in her house that she probably was a bit religious. She has some crosses, some religious depictions in this place, and she definitely, yeah, attended Christianity. A cabinet, oh, this is truly French. The laying plates against the little beams. You only see this in France. Let me show you one of these plates. Up. Beautiful, they're made in France. Wow. So fragile and beautifully lying here. And underneath it, we have a drawing of her house, made in 2003. Watercolor drawing. And from there, we come into her living space. I think one of the most important rooms in the house for her life, but also for the story of her life. This fireplace look blew my mind when I came into this place.
It's so big.
Yeah, such a large burning area underneath here. And you can even see the last ashes and pieces of wood are still lying in here. She died in 2011, and after that, everything was left like this. Marble top on top of here, beautiful mirror with gold burnishing around it. She had true style. You know what this is, everybody? This is a rose scissor or gardening scissor. And it's lying on top of a wonderful, wonderful picture of Jacqueline in her garden, looking at roses. No, it says over here, Jacqueline at a webinar, a souvenir for your day at the Rose Convention in 1987, it says over here. Of course, Jacqueline was incredibly influential over her lifetime for the Rose Society. She contributed through articles, research, everything she did, and of course being member of the society. And this got her eternalized in 1995 because the Belgian Rose Society named a rose after her. They named it Jacqueline Humery, and this was done by Lens, and you can even find it online. I absolutely love this. This woman.
Yeah, it's great to see that her passion and ambition reached even further than like just her hometown,
Yeah.
or house even.
Worldwide, actually, yeah. We're working with it's a very specific field, but she was world renowned. I think everybody in the Rose Society probably knows Jacqueline. Yeah. Hey, look.
Oh, there is the painting I pointed out earlier.
Oh wow, she probably loved this one. And hang it up in her house. But here I found something really, really cool. So, as you know, I do a lot of research and documentation in these places, and I've also been extensively throughout this little bundle of letters, and it's quite an old bundle of letters. There's around the 1970s, when she was around 50 years old. But there is a guy named François who has been writing Jacqueline over the years and years and years, and most letters inside of this box are of François. And François had a little eye for Jacqueline. He liked her, but I don't think it ever was something. But it was really interesting. He called her charming, he called her beautiful, he called her intelligent in these letters.
A woman to love for.
A woman
or a woman to love.
Yeah, a woman to love, exactly, that was it, yeah. François and Jacqueline maybe had something going on in their life. I love it. Little liquor next to it.
Yeah, it's green.
Yeah. Should we give it a quick smell? Ooh, no, it doesn't smell that good. Why do I keep doing this?
For science.
For science. And again, this whole cabinet full of books. Oh, I love them. What do we have here?
Hey.
Look at this. A beautiful photo album. Jacqueline also traveled around the world. Her whole life is documented by photos and documents that we found throughout the house. Here we can see, and this is before her time. This is in 1923. So that's definitely not her. Also not her name is written here, but this is maybe from her parents, from her grandparents. Everything is literally documented in this house. It's absolutely incredible. I love these old pictures. 1887 it says here, look. 1890 down there. What? Why is this left in this
amazing.
house? People swimming. Unfortunately, we cannot stay still at every single photo album because there is a billion different ones throughout this house. She did have a man in her lifetime. I don't know if this is François or if this was her husband that she divorced. But I don't think he would put up a divorced husband's picture in the house.
Yeah, but also François would be kind of weird to have his picture around.
Maybe, yeah.
It will stay a mystery.
Very, very much, yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna sit again because I'm gonna tell you yet another story. I think this is one of the most significant letters that I found inside the house. It's from the 20th of August, 2011. And this letter reads, Chère Jacqueline. And this man is calling out to her. He says, I called multiple times for your anniversary and on the telephone and everything. I left messages, I wrote you multiple times, but he never got a response from her. On the 12th of August 2011, he wrote her because he was concerned. And this indicates that Jacqueline most likely passed away around August, September 2011. And it was confirmed, I read somewhere that it was confirmed on the 1st of September 2011 that she was actually dead, that she died in her house here. So this letter came while she probably was already passed away. Very sad letter, but yeah, that's life. I mean, I don't think we should be sad for her because she had a beautiful, beautiful life.
Yeah, very accomplished.
Very much accomplished. You can see her here walking in the gardens with a beautiful suit on. Oh, I love that. What was this again, Luc? I have no idea anymore. I read it, I think. It's also full of letters.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's probably more talking about her life and everything she did and
accomplishments.
Yeah. Also read her complete CV and everything. You can see her here. 1975, 1981. This was the time that she was working for the luxury brands, not anymore for the magazines. Yeah.
That's true.
No.
Perfume, I believe.
Yeah, she was working. She gave up her job at the magazines in 1970, and later on she worked for luxury perfume brands, and this was her second stage of life. And after that she realized she had to go back to her true passion, which was roses. That brings me to this. Look at that.
Oh,
such a cutie. This is her, yeah, in her older years, probably in the garden of her house here with the flowers, sitting, enjoying. Look at that. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Looks like such a lovely lady. Wow. Oh my. Here she's sitting. Probably, yeah, this is in the house. This is in this room actually.
That's true.
Somewhere in this room.
Yeah, that's on that couch, I believe.
Yeah,
or not?
the couch in the corner there. And this is her roses that she photographed. Wow. A little music cabinet, a little book cabinet, everything here. Here they're viewing some roses.
Oh, I have to point out another great record collection. Harry Belafonte. If you don't know him, check out his song "The Rose" in name of Jacqueline.
The Rose
seems fitting.
I think
Great
you can
song.
put on The Rose right now while watching this video. There's television here, indicating that you would watch some television here.
Oh yeah, quite a weird spot.
Yeah. Yeah, why? Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. Some more wonderful pictures down here. Wow. Was this the place where she was sitting in the picture?
It seems like it.
Yeah, I believe so, right? With this couch is still exactly the same as the one from the picture. Beautiful couch. Wow. Let me just look in the corner here. Oh, I love this depiction, look. It's a watercolor one.
Ooh.
With a well and a castle in the background. She was also fascinated by architecture and buildings. So much story and so much beauty in this place. Let's go further. Behind me is the heart of the home. You know where the heart of the home is?
Where the food is.
Exactly. Also my favorite place. I love to cook as well. But it's a very small and uneventful kitchen in my opinion. And like Lucas said this multiple times in France, that French kitchens are not that beautiful. There's not even place to like prepare something or cook something. There's no countertop space. No. You have such a large home and such a small kitchen, which is very, very weird.
I mean, I do like the tiles.
They're okay. All her food is also still in here. Wow. This one? Oh, yeah. Tea kettles. Nice cup of tea. Yeah, and a very, very small table because, of course, she was alone.
I do love this picturesque table with the tablecloth on it and all.
Having a nice coffee in the morning, eating some breakfast, some baguette. Oh, that's lovely.
A croissant with some cheese.
Some cheese, yeah. Okay, serious again. Because I found this document, and I laid it over here, and it says over here, Amis partis, and that means the friends that are gone. And this is from 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the later years of her life, in her 70s, she started to document all her friends from around the world that passed away. I find that a very sad reality because this really shows that she was aging and that she was realizing she was aging, and a lot of her friends started to pass away. She would cut it out of the news articles and then put it here. Dr. André Biche passed in 1998, I think it says over here. And yeah, probably a letter from somebody that one of her friends passed away. I find this a very, very sad.
Yeah, I also never heard of someone doing this.
This is also the first time I'm seeing this as well. Yeah. Sad.
She must have loved her friends dearly.
And she must have also had a lot of connections looking at her life and everything she did. So she knew a lot of people as well. She probably couldn't also stay in contact with everybody. Let's see if this one photo album lying here. Oh, this looks like a golden wedding. Beautiful. The rose gardens, all the flowering that she did. Her vacations, her postcards. Wow, she was a well-traveled woman. She didn't travel abroad, like outside of Europe much, but she was well-traveled throughout Europe. She loved skiing. She has a lot of skiing pictures, especially from her younger years, which I'm gonna show you later in the video. But this woman was a woman of the world. Wow. Family gather, no, not family, but friends gathering together, having dinner. So many beautiful pictures left in this place. Wow. You can literally go on forever and ever watching pictures in this home. 1966. Let's place this back nicely. It's also pretty nice with those plates up there. Huh?
Yeah, some silver platters or plates.
Yeah. Wonderful.
I do love the detail on like these hangers.
Oh yeah, like a sea mermaid.
Yeah.
Okay. Even the cooking, how do you call something like apron?
An apron, yeah.
Exactly.
Nice catch.
Yes, thanks. Look at that back door.
Wow.
I want a back door like this in my house. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay. It's a bit sturdy to close. Yeah. Also, but this walkway over here, we just came up the stairs and then you can walk behind it This house is so intricate and so well designed. Truly, truly beautiful.
Yeah. So open.
Yeah. A little book cabinet. Flowers depicted. And then here we have one of the first bedrooms, but I do think, Luc, that this is one of the guest bedrooms. It's so uneventful.
Yeah.
Literally nothing going on in here. The only thing that of interests me is this candle holder. I can see you walking in the evening through the hallways towards the toilet with this. One day I'm gonna do it. One day I will do it. But what we can also see up here is the mold.
Oh, yeah, this is where the decay is.
This is maybe one of those notes that they wrote that their house was not stable anymore. Some leakages in the roof, some left maintenance. Okay. Let me show you another room back here. I do think you have to turn on the light for this one.
Yes.
And this, I probably think, is also one of the guest bedrooms. Very small one, maybe for some nieces or nephews that would come by. A lovely little place for them to sleep. Yeah, I could stay at Jacqueline's place. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would love that.
it's cozy.
It's lovely. Yeah. Okay. We're not done yet. There's so much more to show you. Look. What is this room even? This is a reading room, I think.
I think so too.
This is a relaxing and reading room, and it's full of her memories. I think I want to start with the table. Yeah, I certainly want to start with the table. Again, a lovely picture of Jacqueline with even a bouquet of roses in front of her. Absolutely wonderful. Is this a picture of the house? No, it's also not the house.
No.
But we do know that Jacqueline had multiple houses. So this is probably one of them. Also a branch that a cross, a crucifix, has been carved in.
Pretty unique.
Very cool. Oh, there's even some pictures underneath here. Damn.
Oh.
Damn. Did we find the photo with François?
Oh.
Do you remember François, everybody? The man who wrote her? See, like, once you start looking everywhere, more and more pictures become evident in this place. Oh, so many pictures. It's the same one.
That is the same picture.
Yeah. Wow. That's an old one as well. Okay. Don't want to throw over everything. Let's have a look around this room first. We have here, yeah, all the book cabinets behind there. Here is again the same picture. Look.
This must be François. Oh, now he's giving a kiss on the cheek.
So maybe they had some sort of a romantic relationship.
Yeah, it could also be friendly as a European, you know.
Yeah, you can do that as a European, but I mean, then you would not photograph it, I think. I think they had something going on there. Huh? Oh, this is a picture of her when she was very young.
Wow.
Very elegant woman. Very beautiful. Wow. All the books around here. Telephone still standing here. Very big numbers. Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just love this stairs.
Oh, we will take them up later. Beautiful wooden spiral staircase. You don't see that often anymore. Yeah, of course, the room is still filled on either side with bookcases. Bookcases mostly talking about gardening and roses. Roses everywhere in this place, but also some fantasy books I see throughout here. Something to read in general. Very, very well educated woman. And I think, no, I know for sure that this must have been her bedroom. There's no other way possible. This is it. Even the wallpaper says it. The wallpaper, the picture of the bed, even the bed itself is decorated with roses. Watch out, look. Bumping into... Oh, you're bumping into something really, really cool. This is a secretary desk. You can open it up if I can. No, this is not the right key, but it opens up to a lower sort of desk form, and then you can work on this. Another gardening hat from Hearst lying here. Absolutely lovely. Wow.
I love that the drapes match the wallpaper.
Everything matches in this room. That's cool, right? Yeah. I love this piece of furniture underneath here as well. The mirror in the front. Incredible. And then her own bathroom here in the corner. Can maybe briefly show that as well. Probably still everything left behind. Why is there a chair there?
Everything left behind.
Yes, basically.
It's her bathing chair.
Oh, yeah. Her fragrances, her foundation, everything is still in here. Ooh, even a moldy towel.
Ooh.
Ooh.
But I do want to point out the little bit of detail that this room has.
Yeah. Elegant, very elegant. I'm excited to go up this one. But I wanna, on the way, show you this. Look at that. I don't know by who this has been made. There's not really a name on there, but maybe it's a niece or a nephew or somebody who made this. Even like the cross in there, 1774. It looks like a fireplace from a castle. Or the one in our house is also possible. Wow. Okay. Look, come with me to the upper floors. Oh.
It's pretty narrow, these stairs.
Yeah. There's no really room and expansion for your body to go up here. No. This basically, everybody, the place that we're coming to right now is where we figured out everything about this place. There is so much about her life lying on this attic, you have no idea. This part I'm going to skip. I just found a lot of photos, but I took them over to the other side. But there's documents, books, everything left here. One thing I want to point out, look, standing in front of it. For people that are not from Europe and are not familiar with this, this is the Michelin Guide. And this is the way that people back in the time navigated Europe and also navigated France. I still remember my parents using the Michelin Guide to go around France and navigate with these maps. But the Michelin Guide is also known for the Michelin stars. And they also invented the Michelin stars to make the Michelin Guide more popular. Very fascinating piece of history.
It worked very well, the marketing.
Very, very well. And also to sell more tires. That was their main goal, of course. Yeah, I love that. I love the Michelin Guide as well, because the restaurants are incredible that they put in there. This, in the beginning of the video, I also said, I've never in my life seen more pictures in an abandoned house than this one. Literally everything here is pictures. I don't want to take out too much, but there's hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of pictures. I'm literally dropping them to the floor, and I shouldn't be doing this, but I can't. There's so many of them. There's so many pictures left in this place. An eternity of memories left behind. But also magazines and books, all about gardening and all different types of literature is left here. I even found her CV lying here. Yeah, have a look around this room. It is amazing. So much history left. I think she would come up here at some point, sometimes, and just listen to music and read. That's most likely what she did here. I want to take a seat, and I want to show you this stack of pictures to commemorate Jacqueline's life. Here she's a bit younger, going on a ski trip, attending the flowers. so much wonderful memories that a person makes throughout their lifetime. All left forgotten, but I don't think we have to be sad for her, because looking at everything, she had one of the most amazing lives that I've found so far in an abandoned place. This woman accomplished probably all her dreams. What do you think, Luc?
She looks pretty.
That's a good, that's a good observation,
Yeah,
I would say.
she looks very cool.
So what do you think of her? What do you think of her place, of her life?
Of her life. Well, seems like she's just basically accomplished in everything she wanted. The roses, having lots of friends, it seems like, being in an intellectual circles. Intellectual circus.
One final one from 1992. Look at her.
It's really cute.
Very pretty. Jacqueline, I think one of the best stories we've ever told on this channel. Luc and I have spent hours researching this place, so that definitely deserves a like, a subscribe to the channel and a comment down there. But also check out the Bros of Decay merch. That's how you can support the channel and help us bring these stories of these kinds of people to the internet forever. I want to thank you all for coming here and listening to us and letting me tell you the story of Jacqueline. My heart goes out to her wherever she may be, and we will see you next week. Another amazing episode.